Welcome to another episode of Married with Video Games. I'm your host, Matthew.
I'm your host, Christina.
And we played Balatro. Blum, 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 blum,
The music
blum,
is very
blum,
mesmerizing.
I would play it right now, but it's you just play the game and listen to it for 4,000 hours on repeat.
Correct.
I think it's almost 40 hours for us, and it has not quite gotten old yet. So there's the problem. This is our third intro, folks. So we're we're doing great here.
The first two were test intros. He's fine.
Mysterious test intros. I wish we had an outtakes file. That would be pretty funny.
The only thing I have saved is dog sniffs, where I held him up to the microphone on my lap once, and so it's just like...
He is incredibly good at sniffling with his snoof.
He is. He's a sniffle stoof.
He's a sad couch dog right now.
He is.
He needs his ball thrown, but he has to wait for our podcast. So sorry, Hambone.
Shouldn't be a terribly long one. We have Balatro to go play after this.
I'll play Black with Wukong tonight.
I know.
I would play Balatro. If you wanted to play something, I would put it in front of you and then just watch you not get your emails done.
Correct.
Okay, Balatro. I wrote this very, very brief synopsis saying it is a rogue-like poker game that has randomized bonuses. Can you beat all 8 antes and beyond? It is the very, very simplistic way of describing this game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Balatro was released on February 20th, 2024 on all systems.
Including mobile.
Was that more recent?
I think that was more recent. I think that was over the summer.
Yeah, mobile was over the summer, but he released on all the consoles, everything, Mac, I think, even Mac, PC, everything at the same time. Mm-hmm. So kudos to this guy. I think it's one person.
It is one person. No one knows his actual name.
What's his...
I don't know. I should have looked it up.
Because he won...
He won Best
Indie?
Best Indie and Best Debut Indie.
Good for him.
Yeah.
2 Game Awards. That's awesome.
Balatro.
It was nominated for Game of the Year, everybody. So it kind of took everybody by storm.
Local Thunk.
Local Thunk. So I put Royal Flush Review with 4 cards here.
Yes.
All right. I heard you were struggling to find a bad one.
I was struggling, but
Did you find something? Maybe. All right, everybody, let's see how this goes here.
IGN positive. Jokers are, to use a confusing metaphor, your ace in the hole. They offer huge multipliers and influential abilities that can often dictate the course your run will take. You may be looking to turn your whole deck to diamonds only to stumble across a joker that scores you 40 more points every time you play a spade, meaning your tactic takes a complete 180-degree turn mid-run. I disagree with that, but I understand what they're saying. Mm-hmm. With initial room for only 5 jokers to take effect at a time, however, you need to think carefully about which ones to pick and how they synergize most effectively with one another. It's a delicate balance, but get it right and you'll reap the rewards as absurdly high-scoring hands become a breeze to play. This will ultimately lead you to reach the end of a Balatro run, by which point you'll have likely hit 24 ever-increasing point targets. But that isn't the end. You can then seamlessly up the ante, literally, and carry your victorious deck into an endless mode to see just how high your score can go. Once the end of the line is inevitably hit, your first victory with a given starter deck will encourage you to play again using a newly unlocked one, each of which comes with its own boons and drawbacks. Those range from changing the number of point-scoring hands you can play per round to starting with no face cards whatsoever. Unlocked all of these 15 decks? Try winning with each in the increasingly escalating difficulty modes, which offer a real challenge for even those who feel like they've worked out all of the tricks that Balatro hides up its sleeve.
Yeah, That's a favorable review. Mm-hmm. We haven't even touched the challenges yet.
No, we just discovered those last night.
Yes, I beat all the chip challenges on the green deck.
Oh, you did the final one?
I beat the gold one. That's the one where I was getting 1 million plus.
Oh, okay.
Per hand. I had 9 jokers. So that was kind of wild.
That is absolutely insane.
All right, so what's the what's the negative? I'm curious now.
I found no negative reviews.
Not one?
No.
Any critiques?
I ended up going to a Reddit thread of like somebody being like, is Balatro overrated? And it's basically just somebody being like, I don't get it. What's the point? And everybody's being like, you're just so upset that you don't get it. It's so great. Like, they don't have, like, no one really has, like, a critique for it. I saw somebody's comment that said, like, yeah, I agree with you. I played it for a little bit, but knowing, like, poker and statistics, like, in general, just being like a statistician, they're like, it kind of lost me after I beat the first 8 rounds to win a round,
So
and then I was done.
It's a very minority's not cup of tea.
Yeah,
Minority
and
of
that's
people.
understandable. Not every video game is for every person,
no,
but literally everybody's loves this game. It is a gambling addiction without putting you and your family into insane debt.
Yes, turn your. Oops, sorry, I rocked the boat on that one. Turn your addicted personality person onto Balatro, and they will just sink their time into there.
I mean, we've played 30 hours in the last couple weeks, and we have a small child, so that's impressive.
Yeah, it's a lot of It's easy to lose an hour in that game, though.
It is. I will say, in one of those Reddit threads, there was somebody that said they played for like 30 to 40 hours, and then basically kind of it lost its appeal at that point. For them in particular, they said it didn't really have the replayability. Whoops, that's the baby monitor. Mm-hmm. It didn't really have the replayability of like a Hades where you want to like keep going, but they may not have hit a certain point, or, you know, poker/solitaire kind of thing isn't necessarily for everyone, because like my buddy Scott watched his cousin play it and was like, yeah, that's not for me, but he'll sink 16 hours a day into Path to Exile 2.
Oh, it's so good.
You don't want to know how many hours he put into RuneScape back in the day. He will horrify you.
I think Ben put a lot into RuneScape too.
Scott put a lot of time into it. Yeah.
I can give you my World of Warcraft and Diablo count, and it'll terrify you.
What is it?
I think both of them are over 1,000 hours.
Oh, no.
Like a couple thousand hours into both of them.
He put like 14,000 hours into RuneScape.
Yeah, I don't have that much either, but I think Diablo 2 was close to 2, but I also had someone else playing on that account, and then World of Warcraft was a couple thousand hours.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, knowing your history with WoW. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that I'm surprised but not surprised that he didn't really see the appeal of it, but I think if he gave it its fair shake, he'd probably sink 60 to 80 hours in it and then be on to the next thing.
The thing I like, we'll go into that a little bit, but I will say that it's a game that's easy to pick up and do a short session and then be done.
Yes.
You can probably do a couple runs in 30 minutes. Depending on how quickly or how poorly one of them goes, it could be even faster than that.
That's true. Or, I mean, last night we had my terrible run that ended up being kick-ass. So.
Yeah, she hit over 5 million.
For a hand.
For one hand,
yeah.
Which is insane. 5,300,000 or 400,000 something. It was quite excellent.
Yeah, but we can dive into that in a minute.
Yeah, so Balatro is simple on the surface. I'm going to kind of go over the mechanics here. You play poker hands to earn points or chips based on the style of hand. In each blind you select, you have a small blind, big blind, and then what we call the boss blind. So the small, or the boss level or whatever. The small blind, when you initially do it, is worth 3 chips, and the big blind is worth 4. But each of them have a point value you have to hit. So the initial one is like 350, 300, 450, and then 600 as the initial for the boss. That's the first ante.
Yes.
And you have to get through 8 of these antes.
And then
you increase. So whatever the boss is becomes the baseline of the small, I think, on the next round. So the small
I've never paid attention, but you're probably correct.
I think it goes to 600 now. We'll cover into more details. That's the basic of it. And there are chip values that you get, or point values you get, and also you get multipliers. So a two of a kind would be...
You mean a pair?
Yeah, 2 of a kind. A pair. A pair is 10 times 2, and then you add the value of the cards. So
if it's like a pair of 10s, you'd add plus 10 plus 10, so 20.
and then times it by 2.
So 80.
You'd get 80 points, and you have to get to 300 for that small one.
You have 4 hands per round.
And you have 3 what you call discards, where you can discard up to 5 cards, and you can play up to 5 cards.
Yes.
Now, when you get to a boss round, it'll give you a what we call a debuff. So all your clubs are worth nothing. They're debuffed. So when you play a club, it doesn't add to your score, for instance.
Yeah, there's that. You can only play one hand. You can only play one type of hand. You can't play repeat hands. So you can only play one type of hand. If you play a 2-pair, you have to play 2 pairs. For the other one, you can't repeat. So if you play a 2-pair, you can't play a 2-pair anymore.
If you trade again, it will not score it. It'll just say not allowed, and it takes your hand away.
Yeah,
so
and
messed
you
up.
lose that hand. We accidentally did that once. That was a
I've
problem.
messed up before where you had to play 5 card. You have to play 5 cards. So even if you're scoring a hand, so let's say you play
2-pair.
2-pair, you can still play a 5th card and it won't count towards the score. But you have to play that 5th card. It forces you to do it. So it basically forces you to not be able to strategize as much. Let's say you had another thing lined up with that extra card, you have to play it now and kind of ruin what you have. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of, that's what the bosses are like. And then you get money based on how many hands you have left, and then how much the small or big blind or the boss is worth 5 chips. And then you can gain interest when you're over 10. I think it's something over 10. You can get up to $5 in interest.
I thought it was over 5, but it might be over 10. That would make more sense.
Either way, you use the money to buy 3 separate resources, which are, I think there's 4 actually. So you can buy extra playing cards. You can buy tarot cards. You can buy planet cards. And then they have a special one that are called spectral cards. So we'll kind of go into a big 3, which are your playing cards. So you can add extra cards to your deck without getting into too crazy. The cards can be modified. And we haven't even touched on jokers yet.
We haven't.
There's
no.
buffoon packs too. So the
buffoon packs.
Which
there's
are the
also
joke.
Vouchers. There's a lot to this game.
There's a lot to this game. So jokers are your main resource, your main bread and butter for playing the game. Your jokers are kind of dictate how you're going to play through,
how you're going to build and modify your deck.
So the easiest example is there's a joker that says if you play a hand that has a pair, I give you 50 extra chips, 50 extra points.
Yep.
Or if you play a hand that has a 2-pair, I'll give you a ×2 multiplier.
Yep.
So
or plus 10 multiplier.
Or plus 10.
Things to add to that final calculation
of
for
your
the
score.
Total points. Yeah.
Yes. So what gets crazy is you can add on layers to those jokers, so they'll give you plus 10 automatically, and then they'll give you multipliers automatically. And so it'll cascade out of control when you play the one hand. So she last night had it where I think she had 2 or 3 times 3, 4 multipliers with the additional multipliers. So she was getting whatever her chip value was times 10,000.
Yeah, the multiplier was times 8,452 at one point. It was ridiculous.
It gets out of hand, and you're all of a sudden you're getting millions of chips at once, or points at once, versus your lowly initial hands. And her run started off thinking we weren't going to get anywhere, and then she just took off.
It was awful. Even like through ante 7, I was like, I don't know how I'm still in this. No, through ante 6, and then after 6, like we just hit a sweet spot where I was getting like 200,000 points a hand.
And then you started getting millions.
And then I started getting millions, which was insane because we hit ante 8, and both of us, you didn't even have to prompt me to go into endless mode. We made it to ante 10?
11.
11.
Yeah.
We made
it was
it through
like
10.
10 million or something like that, or 20 million.
Ante 11. So what is it in the end? Like 100,000?
So ante 8's 100,000, but the thing with this game is if you play on increased difficulties, the ante ramps up quicker.
Okay.
So you have different chip challenges on top of it to make the game more difficult. So there's
Yeah.
plenty of ways to make the game more difficult, including ramping up it. The small blind won't give you any money.
That one last night, so ante 9 wasn't too terrible for how it ramped up. For like the small blind and the large blinds were like 250,000 and then 400,000, and then ante 10 went to 1.2 million. Like it just went up.
The antes after 8 jump up
yeah.
exponentially
after
faster.
9. 9 isn't too terrible. And then 10 super
I
ramps
lost
up.
when it got to about 13 million, and I got to 12.5 or something like that. It was 13 million, and I just couldn't quite clear it.
Okay, so we talked about jokers, but then we skipped over everything else.
Yeah, so tarot cards are things that let you change. They do a lot of things, but the main functionality is they usually change something with the cards in your deck, usually.
Yeah.
So they actually can almost do anything. So one of them will create a random joker. One of them will destroy cards. The Hanged Man will destroy 2 cards in your deck. So if you want less cards and more of a specific type, you can get rid of the excess that you don't want to focus in on them. Mm-hmm. One card will change one card into a copy of another card.
Another one will add like a blue seal, which gives them extra chips.
That's the,
is that the
spectral ones.
spectral?
But it's similar concept.
Yeah.
One of them will add they call a multi-card. So whenever you play the card in your hand, so let's say you put a multi on the 8, it'll give it a ×4. It'll give it +4
yes.
to the multiplier whenever you score the card.
Yeah.
The spectral cards will add the seals, but they do a lot more than that. They're kind of a high risk, high reward usually.
Yeah, they usually have some sort of like, you get this, but
you get this as well.
Yeah.
And there are tiers to some of the things. So the jokers are common, uncommon, rare, and legendary. The only way to get a legendary joker is through the soul, random soul when you get in the tarot deck.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the only way to get a legendary joker in your run is for that to appear. Those have some exponentially crazy effects. There's a ton. And so when you open the card packs, you can get cards that'll automatically have some of the special things on them. So I got a 10 of clubs that had a +10 multiplier whenever you play it, and it gave me 50 chips or 30 extra chips.
You can find lucky cards in there.
Yeah, so lucky cards will be multipliers, or you gain money for playing them, which allows you to buy more of the resources you need as you're progressing through. The planet cards level up the base value of your played hands. Mm-hmm. So as we said before, a pair is worth 10 times 2. Base, when you get it again, it'll be 15 times 3.
Yeah.
Or 20 times 3 or something. Yeah. Whatever,
however it ramps up.
It ramps, so it goes to level 2. Level 3, it'll be XYZ times 4, times 5, times 6. It ramps up. But some of them, when you level them up, the multiplier goes up quicker too. So a royal flush is already, a straight flush is already worth so much of an amount.
Was it a straight flush that I got last night that got me like 5.2 million?
Yes, it was a straight. You got a royal flush or a straight flush or something like that. It was insane. And I had a 4 of a kind as well. That was the one that I ended on. But my 4 of a kind was like level 7. Yeah, and so
ridiculous.
The higher the hand, the initial base value is also worth more, and the level ups are worth more. But again, they're harder to get unless you sculpt your deck around those cards. That's the game, and it gets crazy because the combinations are not infinite, but pretty darn close.
Yeah.
On how you build it, and so this game is really addicting.
It is. It scratches that itch for me. I love opening Magic packs, Magic the Gathering packs, and the fact that you can buy booster packs, quote unquote, in this every time you get a shop in between rounds is wonderful. Like, I don't need to go out and buy, not that we have bulk Magic cards anymore, but I don't need to go out and buy Magic cards to scratch that itch. I can just play Balatro.
Yeah, and you can just sit, and the gameplay loop is very satisfying. The music is, I'm not tired of it in 40 hours. I kind of hear it and go, Balatro.
You just put it on the Bose speaker yesterday while we were doing stuff around the
funny.
house.
It's actually fun to watch. It's fun to, quote-unquote, backseat game a little bit because it's fun to strategize in this one. This is one of the few games that you kind of let me...
There was one night earlier this week where you were really bad at backseat gaming, and I think I made a comment to you of, like, you are taking this way too seriously. And then you kind of backed off, because that was an evening after you had played it a lot in the afternoon, and I think you had, like, a really tough run, and you were like, oh, you should have played this instead of this. I'm like, my dude, I still beat the round. I just didn't beat it by as many points. Like, it can get intense, especially when you're so hyper-focused. Or if you have a really, really good run, and then you start over.
Or it's
And then
worse when you
forget
have a
what
really
jokers
good
you
run
have.
and then you get a bad
Bad
boss
run.
blind and you just and you
yeah.
and you lose in that boss blind at the end.
Yeah.
Because it'll disable your Joker and you go, I need that Joker and I can't use it and I'm just not going to get any points now.
That's probably my least favorite boss blind, where it disables a random Joker per hand played, so
Yeah.
it changes every hand you play.
Yeah, when I had 9, it didn't matter. But
That's you had 9.
yeah, so as you get into higher value games, you get different modifiers on your Jokers. So you can get these foil ones that give you extra chips, but the negative ones don't take up a slot. They give you the value without taking up a slot in your hand, thus giving you room for more Jokers to put into your hand. So I had 9. It got a little crazy. I think the game is really well done as well. It runs really well. It's truly an RNG, random number generator type thing, where you get really lucky some rounds and other rounds you don't. Some rounds you do really well, and sometimes you just get your butt kicked and you're like, I just want this run to be over so I can do a new one. And sometimes I just stop playing the run and reset.
Yeah, I mean, you don't lose anything for quitting a run.
There's no penalty in the game. You collect more Jokers the more you play and unlock different decks. So we have all the decks unlocked. I don't have every Joker, but I have a lot of them.
You probably have about 90% of them.
Yes, I have every spectral card. We have every blind skip. If you skip a blind,
Or you get tags.
you get these things called tags, which give you something. So sometimes when you skip them, you'll get some money. Other times you'll get a free Joker as long as you win the next one.
Other times everything in the next shop is free except for the voucher.
Yeah, and other times you'll get, it'll just give you a pack of cards for
Yes.
two planets or 2 Jokers randomly or 2 tarot cards.
Yep, and once you beat the 8 antes with a deck, that's when the chips start. That's the different difficulties you can do. And the first one is that you don't get money from the small blind round. So that's when we were like, okay, well then we'll just skip it. And that's when we discovered the tags.
Yes. Yeah.
And now we just kind of do that a fair amount, because sometimes those tags are really good.
Yeah, sometimes the tag is more worth playing than the round itself. And I know I have enough. You get to a point where you're going, I'm making 10,000 and the small blind is 7,500 and then the big one will be, XYZ amount. You're like, I can beat that.
Yeah.
And this one will give me a free negative Joker. It's worth my time. And sometimes you get a really good Joker. Sometimes you're like, yeah, this one's not great, but it's still free, so we're going to take it kind of deal. It's awesome. Everything about the game is really well done. They just added what I'm going to call the cheeky little update where they added different indie games for the face cards.
Yeah, so they got Stardew Valley, Cult of the Lamb.
Witcher 3 is not indie, but they have Witcher 3 on there, or The Witcher.
Okay, that's cool.
There's a lot of them, actually. Now I'm going to be... I chose Stardew, I chose Witcher, I chose Cult of the Lamb. Why can't I think of the other one? Oh no, I feel bad. It was a pretty good choice. Either way, it's fun because now the face cards look silly and we're like, Marnie
and Pierre are on there. Stupid Pierre. Stupid Marnie, who doesn't work ever.
Yeah, Marnie and Pierre are the king and queen on there. So
of course they are. Lewis is on there too.
Yeah, Mayor Lewis.
It's all the terrible characters.
Oh, Pierre was the Jack, and I think Lewis is the king. Is that correct?
Probably because he's the mayor.
Yeah. There it goes. Mm-hmm. So we've put a lot of time into this game. I can justifiably say it is worth the money.
Was it like $15?
$20, I think, for it, and it's worth it.
Yes,
it really is worth it. It can be played on the go. It doesn't need to be online. There's a lot of challenges. There's extra even if you beat all the gold chips, there's even more challenges you can do to make the game harder. It gives you like a certain amount of something or other that you have, and these are all you get through the whole game. And one of them is you start with $100 and you don't earn any more money. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's cool. That's a really cool concept. Like, try beating 8 antes with only the $100. Because in a good run, you make 200, 300, 400. You don't always have that on you, but you'll make that amount of money pretty easy. you're getting, there's hands where I was making 20, 30, $20 plus with the stuff I was getting.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's possible. All right.
What do you give this game?
I give it a 9.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard for me to justify. Let me rephrase this. It's not hard to justify and see why this game could be a 10 out of 10. I find it very entertaining. It's a lot of fun. It's too frustrating for me to call it a 10 in that regard.
There's still some amount of luck to this as well.
There is a little bit of skill, but it's very minimal. It's poker, so it's
poker.
luck based skill. There's things you can do that I didn't know initially that you can do. So when you're playing a hand, you don't have to have it go Jack, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, whatever you have the card on the left gets played first. Mm-hmm. So there's certain cards that'll make you replay the first card that you play multiple times. You can move a different card to the front, especially one that gives you lots of bonuses when you do it.
Yeah, I was doing that last night.
I didn't realize that until that day.
Yes,
that
you're like, I found this out earlier. Move the 7 over there.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what are you talking about?
And so it's things like that. The order of the jokers matters.
Yes.
Because you can have your additions and then your multipliers, and that will make more sense to get a higher score. That stuff you kind of learn, and that's a little bit of the quote-unquote air quote skill. But when it's truly a randomized game, it's hard for me to go, it's perfect. For what it is, it's very good. I can see why it's a 10 out of 10. For me, it's a 9 because it's luck-based more than it's anything else. Maybe that's an unfair criticism. I can't praise this game enough, though. I don't really have a major flaw other than when you're losing a run badly, it's bad. It's really frustrating too, and you're just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
But you still want to jump back in. So I'd give it a 9.
I would also give it a 9. I really enjoyed. It was right around like a little bit before and then after it was nominated for Game of the Year. Like all the TikToks came out about it, and the one that I loved, I don't think I ever showed it to you, but I've quoted it to everyone when I've talked about Balatro, where it's a guy that's like, okay, everybody won't shut up about this game. I'm going to play it for an hour. It's 11:57 a.m. I'm going to play it until 12:57 p.m. and I will report back. And then it smash cuts to, it is now Thursday. And that is very much like we played last night, and then I was like, it's after 10. Like, we need to go upstairs and go to bed.
Yeah. That's Balatro in a nutshell, though. You kind of lose track of time, but if you want to play a quick game with something, it's good for that too.
It is. It's a lot of fun. It's not mindless like playing Stardew, because there's still some thought to it, but it's not like you have to be on high edge, ready for combat, like you're playing Black Myth Wukong. Like, you can kind of just veg out on the couch and play poker.
Yeah, I'm playing Black Myth tonight, and I have to kind of be on my A game, and I think I'm on my C game at best right now, so we'll see how Black Myth...
for like 20 minutes, and then you'll just go to Balatro.
Or just something less stressful on the brain. But yes, we will definitely be doing our 2024 roundup.
Yeah, we'll probably record that sometime this week.
So you'll have that. That'll probably be our last one of the year. There's no way I'm beating Black Myth before the year's end. It's just not going to happen.
No, you're only like 3 or 4 hours into it.
I've beaten 2 bosses.
I can't tell what's a boss and what's a mini boss.
It's hard. I beat the first big wolf. I'm assuming that was a boss.
Probably.
I beat the guy in the temple. I'm assuming that was
another boss.
That was another boss. And then the mini bosses were that snake guy, the wolf, fire sword wolf, the 2 spirit guys that and then they hit you with their big hands.
Oh, yes.
And jump around.
Yeah.
The first one was so much worse than the second one.
Well, I think because we knew what to expect with the second one.
I did the Banjo-Kazooie noise for him.
I know. They
kind of have a weird laugh.
They do.
They're very creepy. It's a great game, though.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying that. I've been playing Path to Exile 2. I would like to sit and play a little bit more of that with you and kind of get your general thoughts on the early access.
I know.
And what's the different, how you feel about it, what you like, what you don't like.
It's very difficult. We played it one night. We played it for like 2 solid hours that night. And it finally hit a point where I was like, okay, now I'm into it. The graphics of the Steam Deck HDMIing to our TV is so hard for me to read what buttons to push to open what menu. And that's just a detriment on my end.
Yeah, the Steam Deck is running it on low settings, and it's already kind of... When I'm playing in handheld, it's fine.
Yes, it would be fine in handheld, but on a big TV, I'm like, is that X or is that Y?
Yeah, so when it comes out on PS5, we'll probably actually play and review it.
Yes.
We might play it a couple more times because I would like to do a little early access thoughts on the game. But when it fully comes out and releases on the PlayStation 5, we'll download it and play it there. Because I think the accounts are linked now, so you can just sign in and play it right there.
Okay, that sounds good.
Anything else? What else is going on? Nothing?
Nothing, it's almost Christmas.
Almost Christmas, everybody. Mm-hmm. You'll get one more, so we'll wish you Merry Christmas then. Until then, suckers.
We are at Gaming Marriage on Twitter.
GamingMarriage@gmail.com. If there's a little snippet of something you'd like us to play or watch or do, send it our way. We're interested. We'd like to hear from you guys.
I've only ever gotten that one email from that guy about anime.
And we would love more. If you'd like us to watch more anime, I would like to watch more anime.
Do we have any anime going on right now, or are they all kind of in the interim?
In the interim, there's stuff I should watch with you. And I'm going to make a New Year's resolution to sit down and watch some TV/anime with you next year.
Well, we'll have The Last of Us Season 2. We got to keep watching Secret Level.
Which is actually very good.
That was very good. Yeah, we got rid of our child one night last week. Unfortunately, for sad reasons, I had to go to a funeral in Pennsylvania in one day. And
I was on call and working.
And you were on call, so I was like... Let's just take showers early, and we were on the couch by like 6:15, and we watched the first 5 or 6 episodes of Secret Level, and then we watched the Game Awards, and we just vegged. It was great. But the Secret Level episodes, I think the longest one was like 18 minutes.
The best, I mean, for me, the 40K one was the best one.
The 40K one was really good.
The more I look back on it, the more I think the Pac-Man one was genius. Or it was Miss Pac-Man, I think, but still, it was genius.
It's an interesting take on Pac-Man. It really is. To spin it that creepy route of, like, Pac-Man's trying to get you to escape this hellscape. Yeah.
Because Pac-Man wants to get out of where it's trapped, and the guy's like, oh no, you're the one that's trapped here. Mm-hmm. That one is just...
Mm-hmm. The more you think about it.
It was really well done. That, and I really liked... I don't remember even the one, but the guy trapped on the island.
Oh, that was the... I'm just going to look up Secret Level episodes. Keep talking.
So they were all very well done. Every single one of them. But I think that one...
New World.
Even though I've never played the game New World, that
one was really good. And you were like, is that Arnold Schwarzenegger? I'm like, no, it can't be. And it was.
That one was really well done. Even Sifu was great. What was the first one, though?
Dungeons and Dragons.
That one was really well done, too. Every episode has been very good. Warhammer was good because I just love 40K.
It was D&D, Sifu, New World, Unreal Tournament, Warhammer 40K, and Pac-Man. That's how far we got. And then we still have Crossfire, Armored Core, The Outer Worlds, and Mega Man. Are there more?
There should be.
Exodus, Spelunky, Concord, Honor of Kings, and Playtime.
I don't know Playtime.
Playtime, it says a range of characters.
Oh,
track down a valuable item in a virtual world. We'll see. So we'll keep watching that, especially because they're short.
There probably won't be a review on them, but they're very well done. Something it's worth your time because they're, again, 10, 15 minutes per episode.
Yeah, so through Armored Core is out, and then episode 9 through 15 come out on December 17th. We're recording this on the 15th.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah, and then we'll watch The Last of Us. I'll keep watching Fallout whenever season 2 comes out.
Yes, we have to finish Ancient Magus Bride, though.
Oh, yeah. It's been a hot
I want to
second.
watch Freerun with you, but I don't want to cry. It's so good. It's a lot of, like... out of like actual happiness, not like it's happy crying, not that, but it gets you in the feels every time.
That's okay. I told my mom she should watch The Man on the Inside, which is the Ted Danson Netflix show, the new Mike Schur one, even though I knew that it gets really, really sad towards the end and that it would hit home for her. And she told me today that she cried a lot in the last 2 episodes. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That one, and then I want to watch ReZero with you, but again, I don't want to cry.
Yes, I know you're obsessed with that one.
It's so good. I've told people I'm not watching it until I have an hour to watch the new, because the first episodes are always long.
Oh, okay.
And then they're normal anime episodes after that.
Gotcha.
So, all right, everybody.
Yeah, we just talked about TV for like 6 minutes.
So
Not that long.
if you don't check up on our next episode, which you should, have a Merry Christmas. If not, we'll wish you Merry Christmas then.
We actually usually get some decent listens on our roundups because it's just us talking about video games.
We do like doing that.
We do.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.